ऊटया पृथक् तदक्षरं गुणातीतं गुणातीतं माम्यहं महाध्यानाभ्यासं विदतमजचं भगवत पवीतेशं प्राप्तं स्थितिमतिवरैकान्तिकवृषे सदानन्दं सारं परमहरिवार्ता व्यसनिनं गुणातीतानन्दं मुनिवरमहं नौमि ततं. સ્વામિનારાયણ હરે. પ્રથમ તો સર્વ સંકલ્પને પડતા મૂકીને એકાગ્ર ચિત્તે થઈને શ્રીજી મહારાજ પુરુષોત્તમને સંભાળીને એમ ધારવું છે કે સ્વામી વાતો કરે છે ને આપણે સાંભળીએ છીએ તે પ્રમાણે પોતાના અંતરમાં તપાસ કરતા જવું અને કહ્યું છે તેમ સમજીને વર્તવું. અનાદિમૂળ અક્ષર મૂર્તિ શ્રી ગુણાતીતાનંદ સ્વામીએ વાત કરી. નીચે પ્રકરણ 13 126મી વાત. અહીંયા આગળ સ્ક્રીનમાં પણ જો બતાડે છે 26મી વાત. સ્ક્રીનમાં જોશો એના ઉપર બી છે પ્રકરણ 13 126મી. સ્વામિનારાયણ સ્વામીએ વાત કરી સત્પુરુષના ગુણ આવે એ વાત કંઈ થોડી નથી. આ સંસારમાં કે દેહમાં કે વ્યવહારમાં તો માલ છે જ નહીં. તો પણ વિષય ખોટા કરવા અને નિયમ પાડવા તે કોઈ ગમે નિયમ પાડવા તે તો કોઈને ગમે જ નહીં. પરમેશ્વરનો માર્ગ તો કોઈ સંબંધીને પણ ગમે નહીં. જાનંદ સ્વામી મહારાજની જય.
Guranatitan Swamiji is saying that to get the qualities of a great saint, that is not just a very small thing, it's really a great, great, great thing. There is no goodness in this world or in this body or in the worldly activities and actions. Even then, to actually give up the sense gratifications and to follow the strict disciplines and injunctions, somehow people still don't like it. Somehow people don't like to follow those. The roadway of God, the roadway towards God, even the relatives and even the close associates, even somehow they don't like it.
Just to give the background, that Gunatitanand Swami has said that any talk that I give is not outside of the reference of Swaminarayan Bhagavan and his Vachanamrut. અમે સ્વામી કહે છે કે અમે જે વાત કરીએ છીએ એ વચનામૃત અને સ્વામિનારાયણ ભગવાનના વચનોના આધારે જ વાત કરીએ છીએ. Kakaji also used to say, that all my discussions and discourses are referenced with Swamini Vato and Vachanamrut. We all know the hierarchy of all this worldly status from the lowest level, which is we call soul, then demigods, and higher level is gods, and Maya, illusion, and beyond these three is Brahma, and the ultimate is Parabrahma, or our God, So these are the 5 entities, 5 levels. And to understand the highest level, the soul tries to understand and gets the limited understanding. The demigods try to understand and gets more than what soul can understand. Maya is the illusion which tries to, get us into the higher level of understanding. And then we go to the higher level of understanding, which is the Brahma, and in their category, there are subcategories, Uttam, Madhyam and Kanishta. The Kanishta Mukta or Kanishta Brahma is liberated entity, powerful entity, much more powerful than all these incarnations on this earth so far, but still it is Kanishta, the lowest level, And what Kakaji has said in his lecture in last days before Kakaji passed away in 1986, January 26, in Vidyanagar, that we are calling ourselves Mukta or Brahma. We want to be Mukta or Brahma, highest liberated entities. But you are still Kanishta Mukta, the lower category Mukta. Then there is a medium and then the higher. And then Papaji had asked Kakaji, that how can we elevate from the lower category to the higher category. And lower category Mukta will also want to learn about God. Would be different from all the other lower categories, but higher than, lower categories. But above that Mukta is the medium category who would have a better understanding. And then the upper level Mukta would have even higher category of understanding. And Gunatitanand Swami, who would have the highest, the best possible way to understand. And that Gunatitanand Swami is now telling us, talking to us, So now we have to understand, that where he is coming from which level he is talking, So first statement, Gunatitanand Swami says, I will say in Gujarati first, Satpurush na ગુણ આવે એ વાત કાંઈ થોડી નથી. The qualities of a Satpurush to come and registered within us is not a small thing. It is not a ordinary thing. This is a worldly interpretation or translation. But if we go word by word and understand the meaning of each word that he has used, will make a whole different difference. And let us try that. I will go to the definition of Satpurush later, but Satpurush na gun, the quality of Satpurush. Gun, what is that? What does that mean, gun? What does this mean, quality? Normally, quality or gun is, another meaning of gun is virtues, good qualities, And when we say the good virtues, then there are several levels of good virtues also. There are varieties of virtues. One Satpurush would say to somebody that you have come here to learn the Brahma Vidya, Brahmagyan, you go and take these 10 cows and grow them to 500 and then come back. Then I will teach you the Brahma Vidya. There is a story about this. Satyakam and Jabali. Very famous story, Now, in our group, if we tell somebody, that take these 10 cows and grow them to 500 and then come back to the Sabha, we would have not 10 questions, we would have 10,000 questions, First of all, where are the cows, Or you would say, holy cow, and start from there, Right? But he did that. Satyakam did that. No question, no argument. Just took his agnya, command, and took it. There was no background to learn, any knowledge or anything. And he really took care of the cows, and they grew and they grew and they grew, And when it became to the count, 500, he brought back. All those disciples who were with this master, they thought that this guy was uneducated, he was not worthy, or his job was to raise the, herd, and that's what Guru gave him, Bye-bye. And they were very close. And normally, how long would it take to go from 10 cows to 500 cows? At least, I would say, 30, 40 years maybe. And hopefully, no offspring dies maybe, and every offspring produces the most, and all these criteria, right? But he came back, And he came back with the full Brahma knowledge. He was singing these richas and sloks that Guru was teaching to others. How did he get it? But that is one story we have heard, So, Satpurushna gun avya. He acquired the virtues of the master. The first condition was undoubtful mind. Undoubtful mind made this difference. But we cannot claim, or we cannot, say that our mind is such undoubtful mind. The modern science has given us thousands of things clinging to our mind, and everything is hurdle in overcoming that. How will we go? How will we overcome all that? So, looking at that level, Swami is saying that it is very difficult to have the virtues of Master come to us. And when we talk like this, we think that, okay, it's not going to come by. Never think of, never dream of to come, But that is not what Swamiji is saying, Swami says that it can come, but it is not easy. You have to have a lot of preparation and prerequisite. Can you think that somebody wants to become as rich as Bill Gates? How long and how much it would take, Very difficult. But you cannot say that it is impossible. Steve Jobs maybe surpassed Bill Gates, right? In shorter time than Bill Gates, right? So it is possible. In the financial world also, there are all these kind of examples and challenges. See, in spiritual world also, Swami says, And Swami is saying that Bhagaji Maharaj, Jaga Swami, Krishnaji Ada has those virtues. His disciples, among all these other hundreds of disciples, these three came out like a hero, shining stars. So, there is a way, there is a technique how to acquire the virtues of master. So, the virtues are of different level. ગુણ છે એ પણ જુદા જુદા લેવલના છે. કોઈ એક ગુરુ એમ કહે કે તમે સ્કૂલમાં ડોનેશન કરો, હોસ્પિટલમાં ડોનેશન કરો. And you like it maybe and you do it, And you donated that. But would that take you to the same level that Satyakam level? Probably not. And maybe also, it's either way. How you are related with your master's words, But most of the time, probability is that you may not, And the reason I'm saying is you may not is that, first of all, when you donate, you are donating only small percentage of your whole wealth. Whatever you have, you are donating only small percent, 1% maybe, 0.5%, Satyakam donated 100%. Second thing is that after even you donate, your ego and another aspects, would not go away. If somebody says that, okay, instead of putting your name, we will put somebody else's name, on the school. Right? And you say, wait a minute, our condition was to put my name, Why are you doing that now? See, these are all the subconscious things attached to that, The third thing is, that how powerful the master is telling you that. Which is coming to the Satpurush, But I'm just indirectly connecting that, that how powerful the master is telling you that makes the difference also. You can donate 100% to yours. All these things, like Satyakam did that, But if he did not do that to Jabali, and he did to somebody else, it may not have fructified also. So, you need both, the master, the right master, and the right action. Then it fructifies the best, But in the scriptures they say that even though if your master is not right, master is not capable, but if you have full faith, somebody else will help you. Divinity will help you. And we have examples of that also, right? Eklavya, in Mahabharata was rejected by Dronaguru, saying that you cannot learn this, war knowledge, fighting with the arrows and bows with different powers, It's only for the kings and their families, Then Eklavya, he was smart, Hmm? And he questioned, Hmm? That if it is only for the kings and their families, how about your son? He's learning. He's from Brahmin family. Why are you teaching him? And he did not have any answer, Drona Guru had no answer. But still he goes away and learns by himself, making the statue of Drona Guru from the clay, from the earth, an inspiration, from there. And he is stronger than Arjun, more powerful than Arjun. That Drona Guru knew that nobody is more stronger and powerful than Arjun, Not even his son. Yeah. But he was even more powerful, Eklavya, So even the master was not capable. He was with full faith. I would not say full faith, maybe, close to full faith. Otherwise, he should not have asked that question, right? He should not have argued, But still, he learned, So if we have total, full faith, then we would elevate to the highest level. We would go to the Brahmarup, And Swami is saying here, that qualities of Satpurus, acquiring qualities of Satpurus is our fortune, If Satpurus gives us blessings, we should not argue. And I remember, many years ago, when Kakaji used to come here, and by his blessings, I had become a manager at Abbott Labs, And this was in 81, it happened, 1981. Then in 1983, he came, And I was making maybe like $50,000 a year, maybe less, my salary. And Kakaji would go to places for satsang with me, and he would tell people about me that here is our Dinkar Bhai, he is working in a pharmaceutical company, he is a vice president, and he is making $80,000. Now, I could have said to Kakaji, Kakaji, no, my salary is only 50,000, And Kakaji, I am only a manager, I am not a vice president, Right? That's one way of thinking, right? Then Kakaji would say, Tathastu. Let it be. So, I am a loser or I am a gainer? If I say anything to Kakaji and Kakaji says, let it be, was that a losing thing or gaining thing? Well, there is confusion, I know.
Definitely a losing thing.
Definitely a losing thing. Then I would not have gone more than $50,000, That's what I was making, right? But when he said 80,000, then I said, yes, Kakaji, you can see for distance, that one day I will be making that much. You are so many years ahead of me, that's all, So, accept it, rather than argue, right? But our mind is always argumentative, something we don't see right, something we don't see fit within our, limited mind, we just disagree, and we just lose what we were going to get. We just become a loser, This morning, I was coming to this sabha here, and we were ready, and Bapu just came out from the exercise place, And Bapu just wanted to come, getting ready and come, So I told Bapu that, oh, you came from exercise, He says, yeah. He says, if I don't go, then it will skip. I will forget about going to exercise, And then he said that I am not as regular as you are. You are very disciplined and you are very regular. You do exercise routinely every day, I forget sometimes, So then I remember Kakaji, that yeah, maybe, there may be times that I may not be also regular, but today Bapu is giving blessing by, that I want to be regular, So I told my mind that don't argue, just take the blessings. Oh, Jai Bhai. Tamara nephew avela ke? Very good. Jai Swaminarayan. Welcome. California? Very good. How are you? Good, good. So Kakaji said, that's okay, beta. You can sit with your cousin. Yeah. He was very open-minded and innocent, And that's what we want to be, right? We have to think that way, Plus, he saw Kosha, and Kosha being, cousin, it's right to, be next with cousin. No problem, right? So when we get some blessings from the saint, at that time our polluted mind argues and we become loser. Rather than we feel ourselves that how fortunate I am, that I'm getting these blessings, and let it be, let it come. જો આપણે એવી ઈચ્છા રાખીએ કે મોટા પુરુષના આશીર્વાદ છે એને સહેજ પણ ગુમાવવા નથી. આપણે બેંક અકાઉન્ટ રાખીએ છીએ તો કેટલું દરરોજ એનું વોચિંગ કરીએ છીએ ને બહેનો. If anything happened, if somebody by mistake wrote a check and our bank account goes down, we become alert, Who was that? Somebody was telling me, just a couple of days ago. Yeah, Dasbhai. Dasbhai told me that he wrote a check to his bank and they were not going to accept the check. And then he looked the bank balance and it came down. So first he thought, what happened? It was not supposed to go down. And bank balance went down. And then that was exactly by that amount, $1,000 or whatever, So he remembered maybe that $1,000 check must be cashed, which was not supposed to be. But it happened. So we are alert, આપણે આપણું બેંક બેલેન્સને કેટલું ચેક કરીએ છીએ એવું આ બેલેન્સ બી આશીર્વાદનું બેલેન્સ બી ચેક કરતા રહેવાનું એમાં ખોટ નહીં આવવા દેવાની. So ગુણાતીતાનંદ સ્વામી says સત્પુરુષના ગુણ આવે એ વાત કંઈ થોડી નથી. To have the virtues of a master come within us is not a small thing. In order to acquire one virtue, you can spend your whole life and still don't get it. You can spend more than one life and still you don't get it. There is no guarantee. Can you imagine we have come back and forth. We have born and reborn for how many births? Innumerable. And still we don't have the virtues that we think, that we should have, Some of the virtues are still not there, We want to still acquire, Otherwise, all this time, it should have come. We should have been elevated to the highest level. Even our scriptures say that our soul is so indestructible that even in the greatest fire, it does not die. Now there are level of fires also, Smallest fire is you light the matchbox, Maybe smaller than that. But then the fire in the sun, billions of degrees temperature, right? What is that? It's the most biggest fire. But then there are other suns which are bigger and hotter than our sun. What do they call? Nebulas? Huh?
Saturn.
Sure?
Saturn. Planet Saturn.
No, I'm talking. Than sun. They are called. Have be 10 times more temperature, than sun. And then there is a theory that all this universe was one at one day, About 13 billion or 15 billion years ago, there was one big hot ball, about 300 miles in diameter. The whole universe is made up of that ball, All this galaxy and everything is made up of that ball, That ball was how big? Ketan bhai? How big of a diameter? 300 miles. 300 miles is like nothing, compared to the whole universe today and all these galaxies today. Can you imagine all this universe and galaxies are brought back and compressed and compressed and compressed and compressed to bring it back to that 300 miles diameter ball? How heavy would that be? Our gravity is called 1g. Our Earth gravity that we can jump. How high can you jump with your feet? Okay. Can everybody say how high did he jump by? Huh? 2 feet. Anybody says more than 2 feet? Because that was from his mother. वरने कौन वखाने भाई? 2.5 feet? You did not see that. All right, let's say 3 feet, So in this G, 1G, you can jump how much? 3 feet. If you are on moon, which has 1/6 of the gravity than Earth, how much? 1/6. So how much can you jump? So that ceiling would have been broken. But go back the other way. Uncle said Saturn, Saturn has maybe 3-4 times the gravity of the Earth, So if you jump 3 feet here, how much would you be able to jump on Saturn? Huh? No, only 6 inches. That's all. And that would be very difficult. When you, after jumping 6 inches, when you come down, your knees will be damaged. They will be swelling. Now you go to sun, and sun has maybe 1,000 times G, 1,000 G maybe, or more, Can you imagine how much can you jump there? Huh? Let's say if it is not hot, if it is cold, but with that G, 1,000 G, huh? No, it's so heavy. You cannot jump even 1 inch, 1 centimeter, 1 millimeter even. And then all these galaxies and everything is clustered together onto a ball of 300 miles. See, this light from this bulb is so light, that's why we call light, right? See, it's so light that it comes on my face and reflects back to you. That's how you can see me, right? But if we are on that ball of 300 miles strong ball, if that light comes to that ball, that light even cannot get out. Light cannot escape. That much powerful. So that ball will be looking like a black hole. That's what they say in science, black hole. It is a massive ball. Every galaxy which are rotating, in the center, they have those black holes because the mass has been collected and accumulated there, And the scientists, when they see black hole. And they say, why it is black? Everything is shining around, and why all of a sudden it is black? Because it is so powerful that big stars like sun get sucked up into that. But that's one galaxy is black hole. Can you imagine all these billions of galaxies combined together and clustered into a mass of only 300 diameter? How much G it would have? Infinite, No. And physics says that if it is crushing that much, the temperature is going to go higher also. So how high the temperature would be? Billions of degrees, And then our scriptures say that even in that 300 miles cluster, we were there. We were all there. And we did not die. We did not die, When this expansion started, we joined with them, Our souls joined with them, They were distributed, Our relatives may have gone to different galaxy, But we are still existing, That is how powerful this soul is, And that soul, what I'm saying is that if we assume that this is the one cycle, which is expanding, and then it's going to come back, contracting and expanding, and come back and contracting. We may have lived so many cycles, and we did not die. We are still surviving, And my point is, all this time we have done this, and we have not acquired the qualities yet. So how hard and difficult it is to acquire the qualities. સત્પુરુષના ગુણ આવવા સ્વામી કહે છે એ કંઈ થોડી વાત નથી. અને એ આજે આપણને સસ્તામાં આપવા માગે છે. ગુણાતીતાનંદ સ્વામી he wants to give for free. Eh? For a very small effort, he wants to give a big thing, like a lottery, you know. You put $1 and you get 60 million. That's called lottery, right? If you are lucky. Right? But here, he says that there is no question of lucky, you know. You will get it, you know. Eh? So, we have to make sure that we don't become doubtful, you know, that's all. If we are doubtful, then we would be loser. If we are not doubtful, then we would be winner. Yeah. So, એ વાત સ્વામી કહેવા માગે છે અહીં આગળ. સત્પુરુષના ગુણ આવે એ કંઈ થોડી વાત નથી. To get the virtues of a master, divine master, is not a joke. It's not a small thing, you know. 2-3 days ago, you know, Guruji from Delhi, Mukunjivan Swami, was in Vidyanagar, and he referred to one Yogiji Maharaj's life thinking, you know. And he was saying કે અમે યોગીજી મહારાજના આટલા વર્ષોથી ચેલા થયા છે, પણ અમે બી આ માગીએ છીએ કે અમારામાં આવા ગુણ આવે. બોલો ગુરુજી. And Guruji was in time of Lord Swaminarayan as Anandanand Swami. And when he was studying in Bombay, Yogiji Maharaj knew that he is from that time. And he told him that you make a vow to become a sadhu. And he says, I cannot become sadhu. And now today he is sadhu, see. And then when he became sadhu, one day they were going to the temples, you know, in India, in Gujarat. Jatalpur is one town where Anand Swami used to be a saint and head of that temple, Jatalpur. It's in North Gujarat, you know. And Anand Swami was more connected with the Ayodhya Prasadji Maharaj, the northern Indian territory, you know. And today he is also in northern India, you know, Ahmedabad, Delhi, you know. But one day when Yogiji Maharaj and Guruji were in Jatalpur, in the temple, there was one fork. You know, sadhu used to keep fork, you know, to pick up the coal or anything, you know. A metal fork, you know, long fork, you know. That is from the time of Anand Swami, is still in this temple today, in Jatalpur. So when after, you know, doing the darshan, Yogiji Maharaj called Guruji, Mukunjivan Swami, and said that, do you remember, do you know this fork? He didn't remember. He said, no, I don't know. Then Yogiji Maharaj stopped. He didn't say much. But now Guruji has a master, Kakaji, you know. So he went to Kakaji and says, why Yogiji Maharaj referred to that fork, you know? And he said, do you remember what is the story of that, you know? Because I don't remember. Then Kakaji said that you were Anand Swami in the time of Swaminarayan Bhagavan. You have come back as Anand Swami, which Yogiji Maharaj has said many times to you. You are not believing, but I believe, you know. And that fork was your fork when you were Anand Swami, you know. And he loved that fork when he was Anand Swami, you know. See? So Guruji was saying 3 days ago at Vidyanagar that on the page number 104 of Yogi Vani, Yogiji Maharaj was at one village to a devotee's house, and there were a lot of devotees with Yogiji Maharaj. They slept overnight there, and in the morning some of the devotees came and complained to Yogiji Maharaj that whole night they could not have a sleep. આખી રાત એ ઊંઘ્યા નહીં, ઉજાગરો થયો કે છે અમને. અને કહે છે કે અમને માકડ અને ચાંચડ કરડ્યા. ઘરમાં માકડ ને ચાંચડ એટલા બધા હતા, આખી રાત કરડ્યા કર્યા, ઊંઘવા જ નહીં દીધા, કહે છે. Now this is natural, right? When you go to the cities or villages, where there are a lot of animals in front of house and, the bugs creep into, Even in our Abbott Labs office, last week, there was one bug, આપણે ચાંચડને શું કહે? Leash or leash? Leash, right? Leash. Yeah, there were two guys standing, and I was just walking, and I stand there, and this guy said, "Look, I got this bug on me." So other guy says, "He will not get killed easily. Very strong, So he wrapped into the napkin, and I know now this guy is going to go. I said, "Why don't we take that outside, and throw it?" He said, "No. They create problem, And he thought that he was the problem solver, So he took that, put on the table, and used the pen and squeezed that guy. That guy was gone. Huh?
Leeches, they suck your blood.
Yeah.
When the blood is all gone, they grow 2 times the size they were.
Okay. So even such a advanced facility can have, these bugs creeping in, right? So, when you go to the village, it's obvious, right? They would come and the guys were not sleeping, So the guys complained, to Yogi Baba that we did not get sleep whole night, We had a lot of biting of the bugs. Now is interesting what Yogi Baba says. Yogi Baba told that devotee, Satsangina makad karde જ નહીં. Those bugs cannot bite. They are Satsangi's bugs, But fact is that they were bitten, But what Baba is saying, don't accept that they would bite you. And there is a meaning behind it, But let me finish this statement, Then Yogi Baba says that if you say this again, I will order you to do a fast. જો તમે ફરી કહેશો તો ઉપવાસ આપી દઈશ. જો ફરી આ વાત કાઢી તો ઉપવાસ આપી દઈશ. What Yogi Baba was saying, that we are at the Satsangi's house, look positive things, Make the Satsangi happy, not unhappy that, oh, મારા ઘરે આવે ને તમને ચાંચડ કરડ્યા, sorry about this, Don't make him feel that. આપણને કરડ્યા જ નથી એવું માનવાનું કહે છે. આપણને કરડે જ નહીં એવું માનવાનું લો. હવે બીજી વાત, if they bit to that devotee, wouldn't they have bit to Yogi Baba also? બાપાને નહીં કરડ્યા હોય? પણ બાપા didn't say anything. આપણે આટલા લેવલ સુધી માની શકીએ ભાઈ? Can we go to that level, આવા ગુણ આવવા જોઈએ. જ્યારે આવા ગુણ આવે ત્યારે પછી આપણે ભ્રમરૂપ ભાઈ, We have heard story, Mahavir Swami, Somebody pierced in his ear, લોહી નીકળ્યું, But he did not utter a negative word toward that person. આપણને તો કોઈ કાંટો ભૂકે નહીં, દૂરથી કંઈક બોલે તો બી કાંટા જેવું લાગે. Even though the person is 100 feet away, and says something, it's like a thorn, 100 foot long thorn, એ કેમ કહે છે મારા માટે બોલે જ કેમ how dare he can say that, so આપણે એવા સત્પુરુષના ગુણ લાવવા છે. We want to have those virtues of a divine master. એટલે એક on that page 104 page there was this one talk. Right after that there was another talk in Gondal, In Gondal, Yogiji Maharaj spent all his time and effort, Gunatitanand Swami's memorial place, So he made that place very great, Today we go also, it's a great place. In Gondal, somebody complained that there are a lot of mosquitoes. And we know, mosquito, they are not as good as those makad and chochad, Makad and chochad, when you are sleeping, deep sleep, they come and bite, and you are sleeping, right? And when that itching comes, then you start scratching, But mosquito, when you are in deep sleep, they come. They wake you up first, Now you are awake. And now they bother you, પહેલા તમને જગાડે મચ્છર હોય પહેલા તમને જગાડે અને પછી કરડે તમારી ઊંઘ બી બગાડે તમારું લોહી બી બગાડે. તો ગોંડલમાં કોકે કમ્પ્લેન કરી બાપાને બાપા મચ્છર બહુ કરડે છે. So Yogi Baba says, this zone, that dairy zone, everybody inside is mukta. Everybody inside is liberated entity. So if that much mosquito is biting, it is not a bite of mosquito. It is the blessing of a mukta. Now there also, Yogi Baba sleeps there also and mosquito bites him also, right? So he's not telling that, okay, I'm fine. No, he's part of it, but he accepts, What a level of virtue, what a level of understanding, We practice here at home also, Summertime, mosquito come inside, We put a glass, visible glass, so we know mosquito is inside. We slide the paper and take it outside. Our NG is expert on that. NG? Oh, you should not have. You should have one picture of that, Pardukh Banjan. Yeah. Next year. But what I'm saying is, that there are so many levels of virtues, And we acquire even small virtue and become king, saying that, oh, I got all these virtues, And so many left still to explore and acquire, So we can talk a lot on this, પણ સત્પુરુષના ગુણ આવે એ કંઈ થોડી વાત નથી. પછી સ્વામી ઇઝ નાવ રિફરિંગ ટુ ધી વર્લ્ડલી એક્ટિવિટીઝ. આ સંસારમાં કે દેહમાં કે વ્યવહારમાં તો માલ છે જ નહીં. આ સંસારમાં કોઈ માલ નથી, પછી આ દેહમાં કોઈ માલ નથી, અને બધો વ્યવહાર કરીએ છીએ એમાં પણ કોઈ માલ નથી. ભાઈ એના માટે દોડીએ છીએ આપણે, એના માટે તો જીવીએ છીએ ભાઈ અને એમાં માલ નથી કે છે. There is no value in there, But compared to the virtues of Satpurush, સત્પુરુષના ગુણોની સામે આ સંસારમાં દેહમાં કે વ્યવહારમાં કોઈ માલ નથી. પણ છતાં આપણે ટાઈમ એમાં બગાડીએ છીએ. તો પણ વિષય ખોટા કરવા અને નિયમ પાળવા તે તો કોઈને ગમે જ નહીં. આ બે વસ્તુ કહી, એક ગુણની વાત કરી, બીજી કોઈ માલ નથી એની વાત કરી. પછી સ્વામી શું કહે, તો પણ વિષય ખોટા કરવા અને નિયમ પાડવા એ તો કોઈને ગમે જ નહીં. વિષય ખોટા કરવા નથી, વિષયને પકડી રાખવા છે. ડાયાબિટીસ થયો હોય અને કાઉન્ટ એકદમ 400 હોય એનો, તો બી રાજેશભાઈ એમ કે ભાઈ રાજેશભાઈ ત્યાંથી એક ટીકડી વધારે ખાઈશું, પણ આજે લાડવા ખાવા જેવા છે, ખાઈ લો ભાઈ. We will eat sweet ball, even though our count is 400. એ વિષય ખોટા થયા કહેવાય. અને પાછા એવી થિયરી કે એક દિવસ મરવાનું જ છે ને ભાઈ, one day we are going to die, so let me die happily or let me die sweetly.
If that happens, that's good, but that doesn't happen. People get stroke and then they wind up in a wheelchair.
Yeah.
People don't realize that.
They don't realize that. Yeah,
It'd be easy if they die, but it doesn't happen.
right. That's not in their hands how they would die. They would die painfully. And then they would blame on the relatives. મને તે વખત તમે ખાવાની કેમ ના પાડી, કેમ ના પાડી, મને તે વખત ખાવાનું તમે કેમ જૂટવી ના લીધું, કેમ ના લઈ લીધું, તમારો જ વાંક છે, તમે મને ખાવા દીધો. હે શું કરવા બનાવ્યું તું? બધા 100 કારણો નીકળે નહીં. પણ સ્વામી શું કહે છે કે વિષય ખોટા કરવા એ તો કોઈને ગમે જ નહીં. સ્વામી પોતે કહેતા તે ટાઈમમાં કે અમે દૂધ નથી પીતા, અમે ગળ્યું નથી ખાતા, તો અમને કંઈ ગળ્યું છે એ કડવું લાગે છે કે છે? અમને સાકર, ઇઝ ધી sugar bitter to my taste, that I am not eating? No, it's sweeter to me also. But Swami Bhagavan does not like it. I don't want to eat it. So then, how can there be a diabetes, right? If he is controlling his sugar intake, no diabetes. If he does not eat any fatty food, no blood pressure. Right? અને સ્વામિનારાયણ ભગવાન બી આવા નિયમ આપતા, ગળ્યું ને ચીકણું, ગળ્યું બળ્યું ને તળ્યું. ગળ્યું એટલે સ્વીટ, બળ્યું મીન્સ overcooked, which causes cancer, and તળ્યું means over fried. આપણે શું વિચાર કરવો એનો? એવો નહીં જો અરે અહીંયા આવ્યા ને હવે બધું છૂટી જવાનું આપણું, આ સભામાં આવ્યા ને હવે બધું જવાનું આપણું, હરામ થઈ જવાનું ખાવાનું ભાઈ. We are going to lose all this good taste now, because we came here. No, I think આપણે બીજું વિચારવું ભાઈ, આટલો ટાઈમ ખાધું, ભૂલ કરી, પણ હવે જાગીએ. We want to be awakened now. We did all this wrongdoing so far, but let us be smart now, And I was amazed, Rajesh bhai, I was amazed. About 10 years ago, I read a news that in England, they are going to ban French fries,
What?
That would have been a blessing.
So I got interested. I said, why they are going to ban French fries? And they have not banned, But then I got more into that, and then I searched into the Food and Drugs Administration website, and they say that any starch you bake or fry over 250 degrees Fahrenheit converts into a carcinogen chemical, cancer-causing chemical.
Ban French fries. Ban French fries.
Bad donut. Bad donut. So then I looked into the list, and they had a list, and the weight and how much of bad carcinogen agent it has, And French fries were there, potato chips were there, donuts were there, And then amazingly I saw prune juice. And I loved prune juice, I was drinking prune juice. And I said, why the prune juice got into there?
I know.
Wow.
It tastes terrible.
No, then the explanation came that they pick the prunes and they dry through the oven, which is 450 degrees Fahrenheit.
Oh, wow.
And that it converts the prunes into these bad chemicals. And now you make the prune juice, which is worse than any other item, food, So I stopped. I said, no more prune juice. Only prunes which are sun-dried, and you eat them or make a juice out of that, that is best. Raisins, sun-dried. Anything less than 250 degrees Fahrenheit. Advo, not that black popadi. પેલી કારી પોપડી છે ને ઉપર આડવાની. Lot of carcinogens. I loved that, when I was in high school, એક પોપડી ખાવાની મજા આવતી. So many years I was thinking and searching, that there are people in India that they are very straightforward. They don't drink, they don't smoke, they don't eat meat. And how come they get cancer? Why they are getting cancer? This gave me the partial answer. I don't know the full answer, but this gave me partial answer. Now they say that this carcinogen, you eat French fries, not first French fry is going to create cancer to you. Because your body is going to work that carcinogen and throw it away, But when the level of your eating French fries goes more and more, and body's capacity gets beyond that, then now the process starts. And then it may take up to 20 years, One cancer cell starts growing in the body. It takes 20 years that you will find that you have cancer. So it's a very long process. પણ આ તો ઘડ્યું બળ્યું ને તળ્યું એમાંથી આવ્યું બહેનો. મહારાજે 3 વસ્તુ છોડાવડાવી. ઘર્યું, બળ્યું એટલે આ બધું ઓવરકુક્ડ, અને તળ્યું મીન્સ ઓવર ફ્રાઈડ. આ 3 વસ્તુ જેટલી ઓછી ખાઈએ એટલું વધારે સારું. એટલે મેં વિચાર કર્યો કે વોટ ઇઝ ધી બેસ્ટ ફૂડ દેન? રાઈસ, બોઇલ્ડ રાઈસ, because you boil in a water which is around 212 degrees. If you have a pressure cooker, maybe it is 240 or 50 degrees, but still within that limit, So boiled rice, idli, that is good. That is boiled also, Khichdi. So these are the right food, for our health and longevity. So we have to wake up one day. When Einstein looks at anything, he does not look this as a phone, He looks as a mass and how much energy this mass has, Everything is form of energy. He looks everything, chair energy, this energy, He does not look as mass, એની આંખો બધી બ્રહ્માકાર થઈ ગયેલી, એની દ્રષ્ટિમાં બધું everything was E is equal to mc square, એમ આપણે બી કાંઈ બી ફૂડ લઈએ ને એટલે કેટલા બેડ ઇન્ગ્રેડિયન્ટ્સ છે, કેટલા લેવા જેવા એનો વિચાર કરવો એનો. That's why I have changed to raw nuts, Raw nuts I have found, are the best things to eat, Even baked, khari sing, khara chana, pista khara is not as best as raw. Or maybe you want to do it your own self. You bake it, but very quickly, and get it out, Take it out. Don't get it go too higher, But અહીં આગળ શું કહે છે ભગવાન સ્વામી શું કહે છે વિષય ખોટા કરવા એ તો કોઈને ગમે જ નહીં અને નિયમ પાડવા એ પણ કોઈને ગમે નહીં. નિયમ આપ્યો હોય કે ભાઈ સવારના પરમાં ઉઠીને 5 મિનિટ ભગવાનનું નામ લેવું. 5 minutes we should pray before we do any other activity in the morning, That is a good investment. પણ એ કોઈને ગમે નહીં. ટેવ પડી ગયેલી છે ભાઈ છાપું ઉઠ્યા પહેલાં જ કે છાપું કાં ગયું ભાઈ ન્યૂઝપેપર વેર ઇઝ ન્યૂઝપેપર ફર્સ્ટ થિંગ ઇન ધી મોર્નિંગ વેર ઇઝ ટી ઓર કોફી દેટ્સ અવર સ્ટાઇલ. પણ સ્વામી કહે છે કે જો નિયમ ખરેખર પાડીએ તો મોટા પુરુષ રાજી થાય. ઇફ વી ફોલો one or two guidelines or command of a master, master will be happy and his blessings will work. અને પછી શું કહે છે પરમેશ્વરનો માર્ગ તો કોઈ સંબંધીને પણ ગમે નહીં. ધી રોડવે ટુ ધી સ્પિરિચ્યુઆલિટી not any associate of us would like it, અને સંબંધીનો અર્થ અહીં આગળ આપણા સગાવાલા બી થાય અને આપણો દેહના બધા સંબંધ છે એ બધા બી થાય, આંખ કાન જીભ નાક, they are also, they don't like it. And our મન બુદ્ધિ ચિત્ત અહમ, they don't like it, and they just grab the soul, પકડી જ રાખે જીવને કે ભાઈ તું ભાગતો નહીં ભાઈ, don't go away from us, તને સત્સંગી થવા નથી દેવો ભાઈ, તું સત્સંગી થયો તમારું બધું આવી બનશે. પણ કરવા જેવું આ છે સત્સંગ. So today we pray to all Swaminarayan Bhagavan and Gunatitanand Swami and all Gunatit saints that we acquire this kind of wisdom, we acquire this kind of maturity, and we become your selected one and get elevated to the highest level. Sajanand Swami Maharaj ni Jai. Aje Kosha graduation today.